Hi everyone, this is Tim Ofterbro. I'm a grade 7 teacher working at Moberly Elementary School in Vancouver. In this assignment, I'm working on the guiding question of how to implement a blended learning classroom for my students using Freckle Education and Edmodo as tools to support greater efficiencies of face-to-face and non-face-to-face learning that includes rotations of groups of students. When I inherited my current grade 7 classroom in September, I started off with almost no teaching resources. Right now I have 30 students, 3 of which are ministry designated students. I have a large classroom that allows me to easily set up station rotations for students. I recently have been adding technology resources such as iPads, notebooks, and desktop computers into my classroom. The problems I'm addressing in switching to a blended learning model are mainly concerned about individualizing and customizing student learning, as well as providing more direct intervention for small groups of students in my class. At the same time, providing more control of student learning in terms of time, pace, place, and path. In my blended learning classroom, I want students to have more control of their learning in terms of time, place, path, and place. These 4 elements are key in providing students greater agency and motivation in deciding how effective their own learning will be. I'm providing students greater control by using a station mastery model for blended learning where students are grouped into one of 3 tier groups and rotate by day and by subject with direct teacher support in tier group 3. Students working at tier group 2 will be working through Freckle's adaptive learning modules and will be progressing with their mastery of learning accordingly. For groups in tier 3 and 1, direct teacher observation will be necessary for students to proceed to another level in that station group. In my blended learning classroom, the teacher is a facilitator of the rotation groups, not a lecturer. Some of the physical changes I need to make are adding more computer stations to accommodate up to 10 students at each time. As you can see in the illustration 1 and 2 diagram, I'll need to reconfigure student desks to facilitate the tier 1, 2, and 3 station groupings. In my classroom, students will attend regular face-to-face classes as well as work in stations using Freckle Education and Edmodo. Within the tier 1, 2, and 3 station groupings, each student will proceed with their learning of each subject until mastery of the skill and knowledge is completed. Students working in tier 3 will be given direct teacher support, whereas students in tier 1 and 2 will be working more independently. Having both online and face-to-face modalities will help students make connections and transfer their knowledge. It will also enable students to receive more differentiated instruction and personalized learning. The station rotations also provide the students with some agency and flexibility in terms of pace, place, time, and path of their learning, which would otherwise not be possible